Hi, I just wanted to pop on to give you a couple of tips that you can do before you start sewing on your machine. So you've threaded your machine up and you're just about to get going, and there's just a couple of things you can do which will help you have a much smoother experience at the start of your sewing. I'm just going to turn my camera around and I'll show you on my machine. Okay, so as you can see, I've threaded my machine and I've pulled my bobbin thread up to the top of the machine. So what I'm going to do before I start sewing is I'm going to pop my threads under the foot and towards the back of the machine, so they're well out of the way when I start sewing and they're less likely to get tangled up and caught up in the mechanism. That is tip number one. Tip number two is when you've positioned your fabric under your foot and you've popped it down, you want to just put your finger on these threads at the back. I don't know if you can see me doing it there. There we go. And just pop your needle down into your fabric. And that reduces the likelihood of your needle becoming unthreaded as your machine sort of jerks into action. I'm sure you'll have had it happen to you. It's a really common thing when your needle becomes unthreaded just as you start off sewing. And that, just popping it into the material before you start, will help to reduce the likelihood of that happening.